Okay, we'll start with this example. So this is a pipeline that basically simulates a guest who has made a reservation at a hotel. All right. So the reservation has already been made. It's a high loyalty guest. So the guest is probably on the way to the hotel. That is where the pipeline starts from. We've not touched the reservation journey. So we are assuming reservation is already made. Then after the reservation is made, how can we enhance that guest's experience from the time they're on the way to the hotel until they check out? Okay, so by enhancing the experience, what do we generally mean? We want a way to be able to fetch that guest's previous history of, let us say, maybe that guest used the spa, maybe that guest went to the Mediterranean restaurant in the hotel. So we have a bunch of mock data that we've simulated, saying the guest did this, that.
So one question is instant. Like check in or check into the room, out of the room. That data is like.
Yeah, so checking into the room, checking out of the room, when the hotel assigns them a room. So what are the things we can do? All right. So that is how this is built. So basically, again, to summarize, this pipeline fundamentally in real time kind of tries to make the best out of a guest journey from the time they are going to arrive to a hotel until they check out. All right. And how can we contextualize that? How can we make it a better experience for the guest? How can we upsell stuff from the hotel to the guest contextually? That's what we're trying to solve with this fundamental pipeline that we built in Condense. All right. So what did we do here when we designed this? So generally it starts off with Generally it starts off with thinking about the whole process, right, in the form of a block diagram. Right. So what did we want to do? So basically, let us say this is the loyalty app that they have from the hotel. This generally already exists. So in this app, they will be able to share their ride details, their Uber details or their Lyft details, for example, saying, which basically should tell the hotel that, all right, I am arriving, this is my ETA or something like that, right? So once that data point is received, we need a way in Condense to be able to ingest that data point. So we can think of an Uber kind of an ingestion connector being there, right? Then once that data comes in, we can have an AI agent, which will come to this PMS part also. But basically, when the guest is trying to check in, the first thing they probably do is when they're on the way to the hotel is share their ride details, right? Saying that, okay, this is the vehicle that I'm taking and so on. So we need a way to be able to get that data in. Then we have something called as a guest service agent. So this is the AI agent that is running on Condense, which will take this data point, fetch context via an MCP server. So this should be able to fetch context from the CRM of the hotel, which basically has data about that guest, some previous history and so on, and from the PMS as well. So PMS is property management system. So every hotel generally has a property management system which captures stuff like which guest is staying in what room, what are the kind of restaurants they visited, what was their bill, what did they order, all of that data sits in the PMS. And also some of the advanced PMSs capture more real-time stuff, like any room door opening is being captured by a PMS. So if a room door opens, the PMS knows keep this room door opened at this time. All right. So these are great triggers to be able to upsell something to the customer. All right. Yeah. And also if there is a loyalty API. So basically this loyalty APIs will tell you what customer has how many points, what tier of guest are they a diamond, platinum or something like that. Right. So this agent, when any event comes powered with all this context, should be able to make a decision and should be able to inform the hotel staff that, such and such guest is expected to arrive. Right. So generally within the hotel staff, we will have the security, the bellman, the concierge, front desk, housekeeping, maintenance, spa, there's food and beverage. So these are multiple departments within a hotel. Right. So let us say if I am a high loyalty guest, I am arriving. So the kind of scenario that we would like to have is that if I share my ride details, Condense picks that up, and with the context of my previous history, right, pushes out a notification to the hotel admin to prepare for my arrival, right? So it should basically say, okay, it should tell the security, Sudeep is arriving, greet him with this is his language or something like that. It's about making it more personalized, right? It should probably inform the front desk that I'm a high loyalty customer, I prefer a digital check-in. Can it check in me sooner, like instead of me and having to wait at the front desk? Can you initiate that? So it's like it needs to create a ticket on the front desk. Can it inform housekeeping that I prefer sparkling water, not still water, from my previous history again? So the housekeeping can keep a room ready and keep sparkling water in it instead of can keep firm pillows in it instead of soft pillows, whatever I might have opted for the last time I was there. Early check-in, late checkout, something like that. Give me a promo code if I last time I opted for the spa, maybe give me a promo code for spa so that I'm more incentivized to go for it, right? So there's multiple stuff like this. So this is of course when they share the Uber details. There are other events that get captured in the life cycle of the guest. So the immediate after they kind of come in, the first event is when they're allocated a room or when the check-in actually happens. So that is another event that we can capitalize on and probably do something with that event. Then when I enter the room for the first time, that is another event. When I exit the room, based on maybe I exited in the middle of the afternoon or I exited early in the morning, those are good events for us to capture and do something with.
Ambient temperature of the room.
Yeah, so that was another thing. So maybe when I am allocated a room, so if I do a check-in, I'm allocated a room, can the agent through the PMS again set the room temperature to a certain temperature by default, right? Yes, whole view from my last time. So it can notify the housekeeping before I arrive that okay, this is a guest coming in. They generally prefer a pool facing room. So every event can have an action. So the event that I'm coming can have like actions of how to greet me, what room to allocate, what should be the readiness in that room, and so on. When I get a room allocated, actually going ahead and setting those temperature preferences. When I enter into the room, probably based on the time of when I enter, asking me a notification, being more proactive and saying, is everything up to your liking? Would you like us to fix something or something like that? When I exit the room in the morning, preferably telling me that, okay, this is the breakfast option we have. Why don't you go out there and check that out? When I leave room in the afternoon, probably saying, okay, there's a spa session waiting. Do you want to book spa based on whatever, right? So if I arrive late into the room, late night, maybe when the kitchen is closed, but you can say, okay, as we see that you arrive late, would you like a quick bite before you go to bed or something? So it's all about, at least in this travel and hospitality space, getting an event, making sense of that event. Now, obviously, since we have to simulate all of this, we do not have an actual hotel connected to this. So we need to create a basic app which simulates these PMS events, right? Of checking in, of room entry, room exit, all of that. So that is basically the PMS event generator application, which will simulate the PMS data. And of course, we need a ingestion connector to be able to ingest the data into the system. So yeah, these will be fundamentally our two input connectors. So one which is getting us data from the loyalty app, could be Uber or something like that. Another which is getting us events from the PMS, right? And all of these go into our agent. Then the agent should then further be able to have an output connector to our loyalty app. So let us say I want to drop a notification to the user. So again, it's an output connector from Condense's perspective to the loyalty app and also to the hotel staff dashboard, right? So that is how this is structured. So let me go ahead and so what we did is we used Gemini to generate all these apps. We created like 3 applications. So where is it hosted? So just a minute. This. So these are very basic HTML based applications that we created to mimic all of this. So we'll demo the app first, then we'll actually get into the details of how this works. Okay, so it's my property management app. So this is my loyalty app, and this is my hotel staff dashboard. So I'll just arrange this format. And this is the actual pipeline which is powering all of this. So we'll get into this at the end. So let's start off. So I want to basically simulate a session. So let us say Yash is kind of coming in. Yash is a loyalty diamond elite guest. We'll make him a platinum ambassador. Male and Asian. All right. So because we don't actually have a CRM, what we had to do is we had to build a mock CRM. Right. I'll just show you what the mock data CRM looks like. Because again, from that aspect, I mean, we can plug it into actual hotel systems, but since we don't have a lot of those currently, we're building like a mock system for everything. So yeah, so this is what my mock CRM looks like, and I've fed this to the engine. All right. So this has basically, again, since I don't have actual Yash's data, I've just categorized the CRM by gender and by ethnicity, right? So let us say it's a male, and if it's an American, we generally classify that as a persona to be a high efficiency tech executive. All right. Communication style is more casual, direct, and fast paced. All right. Interests are smart home tech, craft, bourbon. So these could all be interests that you gathered over a period of time from the guests' visits, right? And CRM would kind of look like this, but of course it will not be by ethnicity, it will be by specific. So let us say Yash Kulkarni will have some CRM data, Tanmay will have some CRM data, Sachin might have some other CRM data, right? And from your previous visits, we know that you went for a gym and you had a steakhouse dinner, and this was your feedback on each of those facilities and so on. So we've built like a mock data for each of the ethnicities that we have, right? So that's done for a male and then for a female, right? So the female American is more, it's like a lifestyle influencer, wellness advocate. The communication style is enthusiastic and open. So you will actually see how when we feed this, and this is already built, so this data is with the agent. So how the agent kind of generates the notifications, right? So let us start like with a session. So this is all just to kind of be able to show all of this. So I'm creating something called as a session ID, which will be shared by all three of my apps, so that we have one session of the whole demo in together, right? So I created a session, I got a session ID, I put that into the app. So this says welcome Yash right away, right? So this knows the context that I've created this session for Yash, and he's an Asian and so on. And also in the staff dashboard, I see that for this session, I don't have any tickets yet because I have not started anything. Now let us say as a customer, this was the app you got and you're on the way. And you say, okay, arriving soon, and you're going to connect your Uber, right? So you choose to share your Uber details. The ride details get shared. Ideally, the moment ride details get shared, Condense picks it up. Condense runs, the agent runs on that data. It enriches it with your previous context, and it created 4 tickets for us, right? So it created a ticket with security saying VIP arrival notification, right? VIP arrival notification, guest Yash, monitor driveway for incoming Uber arrival. So it knows that you're coming in through an Uber in the next 10 minutes. Ensure immediate clearance at the port as soon as the vehicle enters the premises. Right? So this is all the context that the agent added. So this is what the security guy needs to know that you're arriving. Let's see what the concierge did. Culinary welcome and tech dining briefing. Prepare a signature molecular gastronomy inspired welcome drink. Upon greeting, provide a curated digital map of local Michelin-starred restaurants and mention the hotel's 24-hour tech concierge services. So if you see a lot of this, it did this because the context it has on a male Asian is that you're a tech-savvy culinary traveler. So it's basically telling the concierge when you welcome Yash, talk to him about your culinary and tech dining briefing, right? So you need to mention what you're doing there and so on. So let's see what that does. So this is the context that the concierge got. What did the front desk get? All right. So it's a tech-savvy personal room allocation. So assign a high-floor smart suite with tablet-controlled environmentals because it thinks this is what you like because you're a tech-savvy individual, right? Pre-verify that the high-speed 1 Gbps Wi-Fi is authenticated and the mobile key is pushed to the guest device for a frictionless check-in. Right. So it is basically nudging them in the right direction to do the best thing for your arrival. And the last is the room profile personalization. What housekeeping got? Set AC to 21 degrees Celsius as per guest's previous preference. Ensure firm hypoallergenic pillows are placed. Verify all USB-C charging ports and bedside smart controls are fully functional. A tech-savvy individual would probably use all of this, so ensure all of that is ready. Right? So yeah, so this is how it is, and then each of them can see their ticket, mark it is resolved. And this is just like a ticketing system that we are. But again, this is just a dummy app, so ideally it should plug into their existing system, whatever that is, right? And let's say I close all of these tickets. Perfect. So now, you shared your details. The staff at the hotel is expecting you, and probably they'll allocate a room. So once they allocate a room, I'm going to simulate a PMS trigger of check-in because we don't actually have a check-in. So let us say I hit check-in. So the agent again receives that check-in notification, and it should push you a notification in real time of saying that welcome, we checked you in or whatever. Right. So it says, welcome back, Mr. Yesh. We are honored to have you return because you've been allocated a room now, right? Following your previous enjoyment of our omakase and bespoke sake pairings, I think it's an Asian show. We have curated a new selection of premium vintages for your review. We have also noted your preference for high pressure settings for your recovery massages. Your suite is ready with optimized high-speed connectivity for your investment, news, monitoring, and tech requirements. Please let us know how we can facilitate your dining or wellness schedule. Right, so this agent now is basically curating a very curated notification for you with very specific CTAs. Right? So let us say you say, all right, perfect. So let me reserve my omakase and sake pairings. Once you confirm this, a ticket gets created here, right, with the hotel staff, and it tells us what room you got allocated to. So this is step one. I have 6 such events now. So let us do first room entry. So whenever you enter the room for the first time after checking in. So this takes a minute because this is built only on a dev server, but yeah. Welcome to your suite. So it says it knows you entered. So that is like a good data point. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Recognizing your preference for precision and technical excellence, we've ensured your room is configured for optimal comfort. We remain at your service to ensure every detail of your environment meets our exacting standards. So you could request a room inspection, or you could say I need some assistance with room tech or something like that. And if you do that, a ticket gets created with maintenance. Right? Alright, so let us say you enter and do all that, you exit the room in the morning, right? So of course I've programmed this to generate a notification for every event. It needn't be the case. I mean, you don't want to bug the customer as well, but this is just to showcase the capability, right? So you're leaving the room in the morning. So it says, good morning. We hope you're feeling refreshed after yesterday's high pressure. You just pick that up. Although you didn't go for a massage. Following the meticulous precision you enjoyed during the dinner, we invite you to a signature restaurant for a curated breakfast experience. Because, so what is happening here is the context of your current visit is not being added to the agent. I just have the previous context. So just picking that up. But obviously, if you were to do something, if you take this action, that can ideally get added back to your context. And then it will start giving you a much better thing. And so we invite you to our signature restaurant for a curated breakfast experience. Right? So you can say...
So PMS to CRM link also.
Yeah. Once you actually take I can feed this data back into the CRM. Mm-hmm. So it says, perfect. So you got a reserved breakfast table, and this is with F&B, right? So they'll reserve a table for you. So yeah, let us midday room exit is both. It also kind of, so I've created transportation as a department. So if you kind of request for a cab or something like that, let's say late room entry. Late room entry, and we wish to ensure absolute comfort. Considering your appreciation, again picking up on the omakase or and so probably you would want like a book morning recovery, or you could request late night dining. This book notification with spa, right? And finally, when you're about to check out, and this could be an automated trigger, auto-generated, say an hour before your checkout timing or something like that.
Request for late.
Something like that. So it says, okay, initialize checkout. So this could give you couple of things. And enjoy the lasting benefits of your moving order. The executive vehicle for your onward journey. Our team is ready to ensure your departure is as precise and tech enabled as you stay. So you can say, all right, cool, I'm going to check out. Might as well reserve a cab for me, and that comes under transportation, right? So the idea here is the agent is able to pick up on a lot of these events from the user, from the PMS, and basically make the stay as desirable and as personalized for the guest as possible, right?
What about the billing? Can billing also be done?
Yeah, we can do it. I mean, we could generate the bill and see. So how is all this working? This is being powered by this pipeline. All right. So I chose Firebase as a choice for our database, right? So what actually happens is each of these apps, whenever you hit on, say, like one of these events or something like that, it is creating an entry into Firebase. So let's look at that. So this is the Firebase console that I've kind of connected it to. And yeah, these are different tables. So each table is like a collection here. So what was our code? 3271, right? So for each session, it like creates an entry here. 3271, this is the entry. And it makes an entry here, right? So basically I have connectors which are listening to these sessions. So every time the PMS makes an event, PMS generates an event that is stored under PMS events collection, right? And every PMS event that is captured is saved here. And the moment it makes an entry there, the way Firebase works is it will push out an event which gets captured by Condense, the Firebase connector on Condense. So every PMS event is getting captured by this connector. Everything the guest clicks on the guest application is getting captured by this connector. All right. So the ride sharing, when they click on the CTA, all of that gets captured here, and everything they do, everything the PMS generate gets captured here. So basically, all of this gets captured. All PMS events get written to a topic called as PMS events. All guest events get written to a topic called as guest events. And similarly on the output side, right? So anything I want to write to, say, the loyalty app, I have a connector for it, which basically makes an entry into my so if I want something to be written to the guest notification, I have a table called as guest notifications, that gets written here, and anything I want to be created as a ticket gets written to a collection called as ticket. So those are my output connectors. These applications are basically wired to sync the data from that Firestore to here. So whatever goes into Firestore gets created as a ticket here. Any notification that you get gets created as a notification here, and that's how this app is being configured, right? And yeah, so the intelligence is actually the agent that is sitting in between, right? So it is basically listening to the PMS events, guest events, and then generating guest notifications and hotel admin notifications. So this is the code that we had created. So if you see this code, it was completely broken. This is written in Python, right? And I've used, like, I have not written all of it. I've just taken help from, yeah. So it's just like one simple Python file. All of these are configurations. Basically, what are my departments? What are my topics that I should be listening to? And there's an agent which is given some context here. And this is the context. I've just fed it the CRM file that I showed you, right? So this has like generate notification with Gemini as a function. Basically, this tells the agent that okay, you're a luxury hotel AI concierge. Create a personalized notification for whatever guest name and gender, right? Within these guardrails, right? So I had set up some guardrails. If it's the first room exit, first room entry. So if you're entering the room for the first time, do not upsell stuff because the guest is entering, right? Do not upsell spa or food. Only focus on warm welcome and ensure room perfection. If it's the morning room exit, like recommend breakfast option, like keep your focus on that. Although the guest might have done something before, but since, so you can set guardrails like this for the agent, right? So all of that and yeah, so generate internal staff tickets as well, right? So act as a luxury hotel operations coordinator. So whenever you get an event from the PMS event, from the loyalty app, it could be about ride share or billing, something like that. You can create tickets with security, concierge, front desk, and housekeeping, and that's what exactly the agent is doing, right? Yeah, so there are some functions to process the PMS events. There are some functions to process the guest events, and so on. This is the engine which starts the code, basically connects to Kafka, runs the code, and while true basically means that whenever there's a message that comes in, let us say I got a message, it gets me the topic of the message. If I receive it from PMS events, that means if I'm receiving a PMS event notification, then I have a function which says process PMS event, and this is where the agent gets called and all of that gets done. And if the topic is guest events, I say I process guest events. Okay, so that is the context of the AMP. Now getting into the coding itself. So that is like very simple. What I generally do is if you see like so this everything you see, even the HTML, everything, the engine, the Python, everything is kind of done through Gemini. I've just chatted with it for a really long time to get this done.
Was it responding correctly?
Yeah. It was like
No, chat is clearly
it's a long chat. So actually what I did was the initial diagram. So this is where the chat starts, right? The initial diagram that I had put together, I uploaded that and I gave it the idea. So here you could be like, you should be pretty like accurate. I'm planning to build a loyalty app simulator as per the attached diagram. It is 4 main components: a mobile compatible web app that simulates PMS events, a mobile compatible loyalty app that receives real notifications, a web dashboard that is with the hotel staff, a real-time engine that makes decisions on these events. I want to create a gamified experience to demo this. All apps 1, 2, 3 and will be tied through a common session ID. Let's start with the PMS event simulator. This app will be run by me, the demonstrator, to run the demo. The flow for this app will be as follows: create guest, and that's what you saw here, right?
Yeah.
So create guest, name of the guest. Actually, the whole ethnicity thing came in later somewhere in the chat. I just wanted to start off with something basic, right? And generate auto session ID. Once this is created, I will start the experience. The PMS simulator should be able to simulate events on click of different buttons. These are the broad categories of events. So I started off with guest checks in, guest enters room, guest exits room. Each event click should make an API call to Condense. Make this as an EMB configuration in the app. Each event payload should be a JSON with the following keys. So all of this comes from some of the design that you put together on your initial diagram. Let's make the HTML basic design. Will improve UI later. So it actually gave me the HTML code. This is what the HTML code is. Of course, the problem starts when you want to debug an issue. And then you need to know what this code is all about. Which is not too hard. Like it's No, it will not. I mean, the code will work, but the point is, it will not function exactly the way you want it to. There'll be some. Then you get into the code, but this gives you amazing boilerplates to get started with. So just HTML, Python, two things, and we can create an entire application. Yeah, this is the PMS simulator code. So everything you see here, all this is this code. This one file, which you can just open in a browser.
Read those Elastic.
Yeah. This. Okay. So what do you guys want to build?